If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. I like that. I like that. I like that. How everybody feeling today? Excited? Okay, we at the Mayor's Youth Summit. I just want to say welcome to NJIT. We're so excited to have you guys here today. My name is Aaliyah Kearney. I represent the Mayor's Office under the Office of Comprehensive Community Education. I once was one of you guys. I'm going to just start off by saying that. I once sat in your seat, and I know what it's like to be a student. I know what it's like to be a young person. I know what it's like to be you at one point in time. We're just going to be ourselves. We want to welcome you. We want to give you a safe place to feel like you can voice yourself, you can voice your opinions, and we're open. I have a lot of young people here today supporting me. We're here to hear you guys. My name is Aaliyah Kearney. I'm going to also let them introduce themselves. We have some talking points for you today. We have a PowerPoint, and we also have QR codes on your table. So we're going to get to a point where we're going to do surveys. So we're going to collect some data. We're just going to hear, how you guys feel, how your school year has been. What are some equity issues, because this is an equity conference. So we just want to point out some equity issues that we're having within our school system. And, we all pretty much go through the same things. And some things may be different, some are the same, and we just want to bring them alive today, talk about them, and discuss them. So I'm going to also pass the mic so this panel can introduce themselves. All right.
Good afternoon. You guys can hear me? Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Alnisa Reeves, and I am from the Mayor's Youth and College Affairs Office.
What's going on, everyone? Those are my students over there. My name is Lamar Washington. I am the manager for public affairs and community engagement at Great Oaks Legacy Charter School. And I want to thank all of our young people for coming out today and really just being amongst each other to get some knowledge and some game from some people that actually really care about you. So thank you guys for that.
Hi everyone, my name is Naja Salam. I am with the Office of Violence Prevention and Trauma Recovery here with the City of Newark, and I am excited to see you guys and so happy that you're here to be in our presence.
Peace, people, peace, peace. My name is Ramel Watson, and the first thing I want to do is let y'all know I appear courtesy of Stacy Watson, my mother. I know this might be live streamed or somebody recording this, so I just wanted to shout her out. But look, I work in the Mayor's Office of Youth and College Affairs. Alnisa and Ataya is in the office with me day to day, and God willing, we'll see some of you as we go around doing voter registration tours right now. Y'all take it easy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jen. I do a lot of different things. Sometimes I forget them all. But in this capacity, I am just a moderator today. And because I want to create us, first of all, isn't it cool that y'all out of school right now? And because I want to create a very safe space for you to talk and be honest, I kind of want to ask the adults if they can exit the room, please. Oh, okay. Well, okay, well, what, or if you are a chaperone with the students, if you could sit in the back, that would be great. But we want this to really be a safe space for them, so I'm sorry, I really would like for y'all to exit the room. Sorry. Please, thank you, appreciate it. It will be live streamed, you can see it there. But we want this to be a very safe space, and we want them to be open, and we don't want them to hold anything back because they're looking at you. Okay, I'm passing it on.
Good morning, guys. So since we're giving shout-outs, I'm just kidding. So my name is Ataya Johnson, and I work at the Mayor's Office of Youth and College Affairs as well.
I wanted to shout the mayor out. You have the mayor? Did he go too far? Anybody brave enough to grab the mayor? Well, I know he may have introduced me earlier, but I also wanted to just reintroduce that If you can hear my voice, clap once. Okay. I just wanted to reintroduce myself because I know the mayor had briefly introduced me, but I wanted to say that the mayor was my principal once upon a time at Central High School, and he's one of the reasons why I am who I am today. My favorite quote is, "We need real leadership and mentorship," because that's how these young people grew today, and I'm sure they can relate. So the mayor, as my principal, really inspired me to be an advocate, to be a leader, to just, molded me to be up here to speak to you, to have a voice and know that we matter and know that we count. And I'm just a model, I'm a representation, and I have not reached my potential and the max that I can be, but it will eventually get there. No, can we give the mayor a round of applause? No, I was just telling him to bring you back in the room, Mayor Baraka. Thank you. Yes, and I appreciate that, that was my principal, that he instilled great values, great core values. He once transformed my high school to a school that people were once afraid to go. And then one point in time, the kids loved to be in Central High School. It was a point where we didn't even want to go home. And that's just the culture that we're just trying to bring back to the schools. Thank you. I don't know where we're going to start.
All right, we're going to start talking today about a topic that's up on the boards, and it's very important, mental health, right? So I wanted to start off by just saying that and then giving y'all a personal anecdote from my own life, because stats and data is important, but it's different when it's coming from the person that's directly in front of you. A lot of times our mental health, whether it's good or bad, is predicated on the experiences we have around us. And one of the most traumatic ones being death, right? When I was 6 years old, my uncle, who was 35 and I'm 35 now, passed away from HIV. And 9 months later, my grandmother, his mother, passed away. And 2 months after that, my great-grandmother passed away. I'm 6, going into 7, experiencing death like that, right? And at 8 years old, I was going into the 4th grade, and I had a teacher, my first male teacher of my education career, Matthew Buster. He was here today too. I think he's the head of staff development and NPS. He's my first male teacher at South 17th Street Elementary School. And me having a teacher that I could see myself in meant everything to me, because it was what I needed to keep me going every day, right? A lot of times we are having issues mentally and don't know how to express it because we don't see anybody around us that we feel comfortable enough with sharing. And she wanted to bring the mayor back in. I wish Mr. Brewster was still here too, so he could get his flowers, because his presence meant a lot to me, right? And I'm sure, hope we all have somebody that we could go to in those situations when we just looking for reassurance. The first slide is on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is mental health in your household? I started with that anecdote because with so much going on in my house and so much death, everybody was dealing with trauma. So we didn't really know how to deal with it. My mother became the matriarch of the house. She's one of 11 kids, right? When her mother passed, she became the matriarch at 28. So she was running the household at 28 years old. She got 4 older siblings and 6 younger siblings, right? And she was tasked with running everything. And a lot of times we do that to our black women. They run the household, they come into the PTA meetings, they making sure you finish your homework, and the father is somewhere, being somewhere, So I'm happy she did want some of the adults to leave out the room so we could express and be vulnerable with each other and share as much as possible so we get something fruitful out of this experience today.
So, David, who's on the other side with them? Okay. We're gonna pass around the mic, right? And we want you to answer this question on a scale from 1 to 10. How important is mental health to in your household, right? So go ahead, David. Anybody want to raise their hand and answer that? If not, I'm gonna pick on you. Go ahead, right here. Yes, go ahead. And before we give you a mic, excuse me, thank you. Before we give you a mic, we're going to read to you the definition of what mental health is. Go ahead.
So basically, a person's mental health is a person's condition in regard to their emotional, psychological, or social well-being, okay? So when we talk about emotional, we're talking about your feelings. When we're talking about psychological, we're talking about your mental processes, okay? We're talking about your mind and your thoughts. And when we talk about social, it's the way that we relate to one another, okay? So you want to think about that as you're answering this question.
You want to go first?
And when you pick up the mic, make sure you say your name. You don't have to say your school if you don't want to, but go ahead.
Hi, I'm Trinity. My preferred name is Pluto, but you can call me Trinity if you want.
Good morning, Pluto.
Hi. I'd say a 5, because my mom understands that mental health is important, but she has literally no idea how to implement it. Like, she'll say, you know, it matters if you feel bad, you should talk to me, or if you feel this, you should talk to me. But it's like, when it comes down to it, I don't want to talk to her about it. Like, and when I do talk to her about it, it's like she cares, but she doesn't know how to make me feel better about it. Like, that's just how I feel about it. I don't know.
Thank you, Pluto, for sharing with us. Does any student want to give Pluto some feedback on that? On parent not understanding mental health, but knowing that it's important? Go ahead, right here. David?
Hi, my name is Sophia. I go to arts. I just wanted to, hi. I just wanted to say, like, I really agree with you and I, like, understand you because that's honestly my mom. I would say that in my household, it's a 4 because my dad, he understands me. I go to him for those type of conversations, but recently, like, you know, it might be because I'm a senior and I'm probably leaving next year. So maybe that's why we butt, like, heads more often now. But I honestly understand you. Like, she definitely doesn't know how to control her emotions in a, like, respectful way. And I know she, you know, everybody, we all have our own lives. We all have our own experiences. And I know she has been going through it. And, you know, she probably has been, like, taking it out on me and, like, the rest of my family. But honestly, I think that everything, like, you know, it just takes time with everything. And hopefully one day she will understand. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Janasia Scott from University High School. And to be honest, I'd say in my household it's about like a 7. I say this because, like, I agree with what Pluto and Sophia said. Like, I feel like a lot of the times my mom doesn't know how to go about, like, when I tell her I'm upset and stuff like that. Sometimes I feel like she doesn't know what to say, but I feel like she tries, though. Like, I feel like I'm so grateful for my mother because, like, she'll see I'm upset and stuff like that, and she'll do little things to make me feel better. But, like, sometimes I feel like she doesn't really know how to, like, connect with me. Like, she's the type, like, I'll be like, oh, I'm upset, and, like, she'll go buy me a new pair of shoes. Like, that's the type of woman she is. And sometimes I want more of that, like, emotional support than that, like, physical support. Because, like, I don't know, like, I'm a daddy's girl, you know, he just give me whatever I want. So it's just like, but yeah, I'd say it's about a 7.
Sure. Hello? Oh, my fault. Hello, my name Juan. I go to Newark Tech, and I feel like in my household it's like a 2 or 3 out of 10. Cause it's like in my household we don't really talk about our feelings. We just move on without our day. Even though if something happened, it's like I just move on. Cause it's like there's nothing I could do about it. And it's like even if my mom or one of my feelings trying to talk to me, it's like I don't really like talking about it, you know. So it's like I know my mom may not feel like about talking about stuff, but I know everything that she do is out of love. So it's like anytime you feel me do something like what you said, it's always out of love. So yeah, just think about it in that type of perspective.
Hi, my name's Kamaya. I'm a senior, and I go to Shabazz. Mental health in my home is like a 4. No, a 5. My mother, she like try to connect with me, but every time we have a conversation, she turn it about herself. Like how we go from talking about me and my feelings and we talking about you now, or we talking about me not listening to you. See, now you make me not want to talk to you no more. So I'm going to deal with myself by myself, but that's not good. And it's like I try to talk to her about that, but it'd be the same thing. Like I'm coming to you about me and it's about you. So it's like a 5. She going to get it together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take like one more.
Hello.
Okay, 2 more.
My name is Keisha from Central High School. And coming from a different background, I guess, for example, Caribbean or, not from this country, parents has like a different perspective. Like, for instance, like when I said, Mommy, I'm not feeling well, or as a senior or the first child, I'm expected to kind of know what I'm supposed to do or treat it as the mature kid, because I'm the oldest one. So now I have the youngest one following my footsteps. That already has a toll on me. And when I'm stressed out, I'm like, Ma, I don't think I could do this. She said, what are you stressed about? You're a kid. You're not supposed to have no stress. But I'm about to be a senior and a lot of things is happening. And I don't want to stress you because I know you have a lot going on, especially back home. You have other people to take care of. But at the same time, I'm me and I'm growing up. I need to know how to step into my adulthood. And if you can't support me, I'm just gonna feel like I have nobody's help. And for the question, I think it's a good 2 to 3 when it comes to mental health.
I really want to, really quickly, I'm trying not to speak and allow you guys to speak more, but I'm Dominican and Haitian, and coming from a Caribbean and just a foreigner household, I'm the first person to be born here in this country from my family. It's difficult. Like, it's really difficult. Like, everyone has expectations on you, but because they're coming to America, this American dream that they have from another country, it is like the pressure is getting worse. Okay?
Not to stand up. My name is Kevin. I go to Science Park High School. I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, it's about a 5 or 4, and it's not so much I suffer like stress or anxiety. My mental health is more based on reactions, and I mean, so like my mom can take the stuff out of me a lot, and I'll go to her, and like one time she said, you can always talk to me. And one time it was her and my brother in the room, and I went to talk to them. I'm like, I'll tell you what happened actually. They always involve me in their quarrels. So like if they're fighting, they're like, Kevin, da-da-da-da-da, right? I did this, da-da-da. And I'm like, I don't want to be involved. Like, that's not my problem. So I once told her that, and they both sat there and laughed at me like I was not being serious. The other day they were arguing. I had to like raise my voice. I hate raising my voice. And every time there's an issue, I don't bring it up because I know I'm gonna get shut down. Like, even like I can't talk to her about what she does because she'll get mad at me or force me to do, like, it's really ridiculous. And if I say that in the moment, she'll be like, what did she say? She was like, you're not grown, so you can't say anything. Or like, you don't really have a choice. One time she was talking to my brother and she was like, well, you're grown, so you can say that, but he can't. And I was like, okay, so they kind of just invalidate me, or she does. Well, they both do, but not like it's an award or anything. But yeah, so I'd say a 5 because she definitely cares about like if I was sad. But like in terms of like when she has an issue and I am reacting to it, or she takes stuff out of me, she doesn't see a problem because she's the adult and she like pays all the bills. So.
Okay,
Thank you.
so what I'm hearing from some of you guys is that your parents are having challenges with learning how to approach mental health within the household. So what I want to ask you guys, if you were a parent, how would you address the issue? Or even not being a parent, what recommendations do you have to handle the situation?
Like, how would you like the situation to be handled?
Oh, wait. That's what I'm talking about. That's my boy right there.
Hi, my name is Tyler. Hi. A problem I notice is when I get into arguments.
Closer to the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I notice that when I get into arguments, altercations, whatever, with my parents, not my parent, my mom, my grandparents, whoever, is that a lot of times I get talked over, or because they already have a notion of what they think is right, they'll ignore everything I say. So my advice, I'm gonna put it bluntly, shut up.
I want to mention that we have QR codes on your table. There's one titled Mental Health. If you guys have phones, you can take your phone, scan a code, share it amongst each other. Scan a code, and it's going to take you to a question that you guys can answer. Now, can we just have one more before we move on? Okay.
Here. All right, so me and what I went through as a child.
Talk closer to the mic.
Me and what I went through as a child, I had to accustom my own mindset because my mom taught me to do that. And me and my mom connect on a much different level than my father and all the other kids. I'm the middle child, and for some reason, me and her click like this. Like we tight, but it's just sometimes, you feel me? She be upset sometimes, so I can't really talk to her like how I want to talk to her. So I usually talk to my friends, because me and my friends, you are who you attract. And me and my friends, we all act alike. We all connect on a different level. We all connect on the same. And one thing I rely on is my friends. You gotta pick and choose, feel me, who really gonna be there for you. And that's who I got, my friends and my mom. My father, he is an alcoholic, and he been in the penitentiary and stuff. So he come off different. He come off like, be a man. Like, he don't come off like he trying to be there for me or take care of my emotions and care for me. He come off as, I'm gonna give you this to make you feel better. He gonna give me a game, and he don't even get it for me. So I gotta rely on my mom, myself, and my friends, and hopefully we all get through it together.
We have to move on to the next session, but I want you guys to raise your hand if your parent has ever told you to get over it. Like when you're sad or you feel a type of way, do they just tell you to get over it? All right, put your hands down. Do you feel like you can talk to your friend? And you guys can just shout the answer out. Do you feel like you feel comfortable talking to a friend, or is there? Okay, now my next question is there an adult or someone that you trust, like a mentor, who you can talk to that doesn't dismiss, belittle, or ignore when you're feeling away? Is there an adult? All right, so who is that? Are they a teacher? What are they? Teachers? Cousins? Aunts? Okay, all right. Anyone else? No? Does anyone not have a person in their life that they can go to for wisdom and advice and mentorship? Does anyone not have someone like that? If you don't, can you raise your hand? Okay, all right.
For all of you, period, whether you have somebody or don't have somebody, right? Today, we've been talking a lot about safe spaces and wanted to make this a safe space by asking the adults to leave so we could be as vulnerable as possible. I want you all to know that We have a safe space for you all in Newark City Hall. Room B3 in the basement is the Mayor's Office of Youth and College Affairs. It's our job to assist you in your development and direct you in a direction that you desire to go in. Whether it's college, whether it's trade school, whether it's just dealing with the relationships you have in your household. If you don't have somebody to talk to, please come and talk to us.
And I want to say all of us, all of us, yes. Because we, like I said, it takes real mentorship and leadership. And look at this group right here. This group right here is an example of real leadership. And also, I want you guys to not be afraid to connect with teachers or counselors or people in your school that you're comfortable with. It's okay to go to them and say, hey, because you trust them and you feel like it may be a safe space, and say, hey, today I'm not feeling okay. And that's okay, because we all have days and say, today is just not my day.
Mm-hmm. And I want you to be very clear about mentorship. Like, that's one of the biggest things in my particular life. I'm 25 years old, and when I tell you my mentors are everything to me, are everything. Like, from when I was 12 to now being 25, my mentors, oh no, I'm 26, oh my God. My mentors are everything to me, like literally everything. And I go to them for any little thing, and I am dramatic. I bring the drama. And they still are okay with me. They still give me advice. They still redirect me when I need to be redirected. And they're very honest with me, because sometimes we do be being a drama, y'all. So it's okay to seek a mentor. You can find people to be your mentor if you don't have someone. They don't have to pick you. You can pick them.
And very quickly, I just want to say as well, because I had to learn that, because I'm somebody who, I didn't really have that, and so I had to figure it out on my own. But you guys don't have to do that, okay? We're in a time where we have people like us. You can come down to City Hall. We have offices dedicated to you guys, okay? So take advantage of that, and don't try to do it by yourself, because it will be hard, okay? As someone who tried, it is hard, okay? Don't do that.
On the screens, a question up there. How much do you think social media affects your mental health? Now, I know social media is prevalent right now. Like, everybody have an Instagram, a Twitter, Snapchat might not be too possible. Got a Finsta, right? How much do we feel social media affects your mental health? We gonna walk around the room? Go ahead.
I think
One mic, everybody. One mic. Let's be respectful to one another. And speak closer to the mic.
I think on a scale of 1 to 10, social media affects my mental health to a 6, because sometimes it could be positive and sometimes it could be negative. It could also be informational. But as for like mental health, I feel like it doesn't really affect me as much, because I believe that I have a strong mindset of who I am and like who I want to be. But like for others that don't have a strong mindset and have like a weak mental health, I think it could like affect them very negatively.
Thank you. We'll take like 2 more.
Hello, can you hear me? Oh. I'm Sophia. I would say back in COVID, I would be like 8 or 10, because, okay, I got a little platform for myself. I'd make a little influencer type stuff. First, when I started, I didn't know puberty was going to hit that hard. My face, acne got me. So when I was blowing up, I was like, y'all, like the comments, I promise you, they get to you. Anyways, I was blowing up, got me a little 10K views, blowing up. I was like, yo, y'all really rock with me. But I blew up from my skin, not really because of the video, you feel me? I was like, do I want to do this, not do this? But there's like a good and a bad side to it. So if you like, I have people who go and text me, if you got acne, they tell you drink water, block them. Bro, they come at you like, oh, just drink water, you're gonna be good. Nigga, I drank. Oh.
It's a safe space.
Okay. It don't work. Anyways, there's good and there's bad. If you're strong enough, you got like self-worth type stuff, it wouldn't really affect you. That's what I gotta say. Yeah.
All right. We'll take go ahead. Go ahead. You and then you're the last one, okay?
Hi. I think. Hi. I think in general, social media does have a really big effect on teenagers and youth's mental health. I'd give it about a 9 because a lot of the time on specifically on certain social medias like TikTok, on your For You page, you don't necessarily choose what you see, what you get to see, and it comes up to you. So sometimes really inflammatory things that can affect people show up on people's For You pages, and it's not something that they expected. So for example, eating disorders, a lot of the time I'll notice that not just on me, but some of my friends too, they will get content that's actively promoting that, and then that negatively affects them. And it's sometimes not really fair because you're not choosing to see that, and you're not choosing to kind of fall into that a negative space, right? So I think overall, social media definitely does affect our mental health, and I think a lot of social media companies need to do much better when it comes to regulating their sites and making sure that people can stay safe.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I don't really want to stand up because I'm nervous.
It's all right. It's all right.
But I'm Trinity Forbes. I go to Central High School. I'm going to put it at an 8 because I don't want to group everybody, but for the majority, being a teenager and a young adult in this generation, you see, because there's so many ways to make money and there's so many ways, you see people from better neighborhoods or higher, better states or whatever. I wouldn't say better, but you know what I mean. And that they give you this mentality that you have to be 16 with your own apartment and have all this money and have a job, and they think that you need to move out when you're 18. But I mean, that's hard. That's hard to think about because that stresses you out. That makes you feel like you're not good enough. It makes you feel, because me personally, I get discouraged when I see all these people getting accepted into these colleges and them having all these opportunities to get in, because I don't come from a wealthy family that I can just pay for college, any college that I want to go to. And there's people that I know that they're like, oh, you need to be making this amount of money. The money that you make is little, but I mean, I'm in high school still, so I just say you should go at your own pace. And yeah, thank you.
Really quickly, because we have to move on. We'll let you answer, but really quick, since you're standing up, dedicated. I want you guys to understand that a lot of people on social media don't put out the real truth. They put out what they want you to see. And they also don't put out their losses, only their wins. You don't see nobody down on social media, only when I just did this or this. They don't show you the process most of the time. So don't think that you're behind because you on step 3 and they only showed you step 7. So it's don't compare yourself. I know it's difficult and it's hard, but try not to compare yourself to other people's other steps when you don't know what they just went through to get to that step. They just showing you the end goal. So you gotta pick and choose what you see on social media, which is why you follow, unfollow, and block.
Why you saying, oh my God, for it? All right, I can hear me? All right, I think that social media affects my life, my mental health, like a 3. Yeah, cause I feel I notice people around me, like they more influenced by social media because they always talking about their followers, their views, all of that, how they look on it, how many likes they get. So it's like I feel like people around me more focused on how they look and more focused on social media instead of like, cause I say, like let's say I'm looking at somebody's account on social media and then I see them in person, like they look completely different. So it's like I feel like sometimes it's like people trying to like put a front up for social media, and it's like I don't think that's cute. Like that's not. I'm not with it.
Thank you. All right, so for the sake of time, we're going to move past a few of the slides and we're going to jump to safety. So I'm going to go around the room. I'm going to do about maybe 4 people. Just define safety for me. Do we have any volunteers? Right here. Okay.
Yeah, Mookie. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nathan. I go to Great Oaks Charter School. I'm talking about safety. I think I define safety as being able to keep going, because at the end of the day, some people might say that safety is, having security. Safety is having certain people around you or whatnot. But I feel like in my life specifically and in the people that are around me, sometimes life just isn't safe in the way that it would be for someone else, and sometimes you have to sacrifice being safe for an opportunity. Sometimes you really have to live with not being safe sometimes. Like, as great as a city Newark is, like, sometimes it's just, for me as a black man, like, it's not safe, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like being comfortable in, knowing that you live in that, but you still have to overcome that. That's where I can say that safety is. Safety can come from inside as much as it comes from outside forces or outside armor or protection.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I want to add on to that because I feel as though safety goes with the first question we just asked about social media, because I just want to be transparent about a conversation that I had with a group of students at No Vocational High School. Do we have No Vocational here? Okay, so I know No Vocational went through a rough patch after COVID, and there were a lot of fights, and social media was highlighting it, and it was really, 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 really rough. But I think that goes well with safety, because I just question you guys as a community, because we're a community at the end of the day, that how can we shed that negative light on our community, but how can we also feel safe with something like that transpiring on the internet, on social media, not that only that we can see here in the city of Newark, but the whole world can see. Like, how can we shed that negativity? How can we feel safe if it's us that's shedding that light on our community and our schools? How can you feel safe going to school? How can you feel safe after school? And I'm not saying no one no punk, but who wants to fight every day? Who want to defend themselves every day in a harmful way? I got on a dress. I don't want to fight every day. I want to go to school. I want to look cute. I want to learn. Like, I don't want to fight. But it's important that you guys define safety and really think about it. Like, how can you define safety and we're not really feeling safe in our own community? But it's not other people coming in our community making us feel unsafe. It's us. So we have to start looking at each and every one of us and start looking within inside ourselves and think about what we're saying and then really live up to it. Because at the end of the day, we're a community and we have to stick together.
Okay, we're going to do 2 more people. I'm going to select you.
Oh, no? Let me start. Okay. I just want to agree with what you said. Like, sometimes in my community, I don't feel safe because, all the gun violence, fights, whatever. And forgive me if I get emotional because this is my everything.
It's okay. It's a safe space.
When I feel unsafe, I look to her because this is my everything. Like, Like, y'all just don't understand. Like, even when I'm walking home and stuff, and like I be unsafe, like I be walking in the dark. Like, she know my block, it's no lights, like it's dark, it's nothing but crackheads over there. Like, y'all don't understand. And it's like in the north, but it's kind of like by Brent. Oh, it's okay, but but yeah. So like, even when I find myself walking home and stuff, like I call her.
I'm sorry. I just want everyone to be respectful. I want everyone to be respectful. Thank you.
Like I call her, like I'll walk and be like I'm walking by myself, yada yada yada, and like I'll talk to her, and like I feel like my friends are really what make me feel safe. Cause even when I feel like I can't really depend on my family, I could always depend on them. Like I never had to like second question my safety around them. Like I don't even think about my surround. Like I don't ever feel even when I'm in the worst. I could be in the worst neighborhood ever, but when I'm with her, I just feel safe because I know she got me and I got her. So it's just like I feel like safety for me is who I'm around. Cause if like going back to what he said. Like, if you're around the wrong people, you're not going to feel safe around them because they're going to constantly bring that negativity, that drama, them fighting, all the extra stuff to your life that you don't need. But when you surround yourself with the right people, you would never have to second guess how safe you feel.
Can you guys hear me? Very quickly, right? Because she just gave us her heart just now, right? And I hear people talking and laughing, and we're talking about safety, okay? She gave you her heart, okay? That's not something that we do on a regular basis, okay? People guard it, okay? For me, in talking about safety and heart, that's safety for me. And honestly, I do feel disrespected. When people are sharing, please, like, be respectful and give them your attention. Because if you were speaking, you will want that same in return, okay?
One mic.
Hello. Oh, okay, it's on. My name is Devin Brockett. I go to Arts High. I would define safety as when all aspects of your health feel protected. So, for example, we were talking about mental health and social media. The moment that I feel like social media gets too much, because we live in a very negative world, so constantly seeing sad stuff isn't going to really like make me feel safe online. I'll have to close my phone. I'll have to take a break from social media. As for the question of how do we make our communities feel safe, we have to feel like it's actually a community. Because I feel like we use the word community a lot, but we don't. There are people that don't feel like that's really what it is. So in our schools, when we're talking about, oh, we should act like a community because we are in the same environment. Being in the same environment doesn't mean you're in a community. Being in a community means that you're all open and able to talk to each other about not everything, but enough to the point where you can feel protected. And so I feel like to keep our spaces more safe, we need to all be able to live in a world where we're able to be open to the problems. And that includes not just teens, but also adults. Because a lot of adults, they'll say like, oh, we want to hear you out, but they're not going to listen to you. And either they're listening to you, but they're not understanding what you're saying. So I feel like to keep our community safe, we need to make sure that everyone's able to comprehend what everyone's saying and understand their perspectives. So that's what I got. All right.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So we're gonna move right along. We're gonna go into the next slide. But before we do that, or while we're doing that actually, I'm gonna ask that you guys look at the QR code that says safety, and I need you guys to fill it out. So I think we all can agree that social media has transitioned or evolved rather from the time that it was created, right? So social media was pretty much created to stay in contact with your loved ones across the world, share information with them versus doing it the older way, right? So as we move forward in the world and we move forward with technology, social media has since evolved, and it has taken a turn where young people often use it. They are monitored now by their parents and sometimes even monitored by law enforcement, right? So we have to be mindful about some of the things that we post on social media in terms of sharing too much information, right? And how can we protect ourselves, right, to remain safe. The ease of creating and posting and sharing content creates opportunities for students which both have a positive and a negative effect. So while you guys are still filling out the survey, I'm gonna go around the room. I want you guys to share some of the positives that you may have experienced with social media, and then we're gonna talk a few about maybe 3 of the negatives. And I definitely wanna hear from you because you said that you had heard some that you had shared, you experienced some information with what you posted. So if you could just talk very, very briefly about that, and then we're gonna go into the next topic. Just share your experience with what you experienced with some of the negatives from social media.
Oh, okay. I'm still like influencing with social media, but positive is like it's not a family. You can like people they see you, if that makes sense. The negatives, it make you feel like you're not. Anyways, long story short, if you don't have like self-worth and self-esteem, you're not gonna be, you can't handle social media. Because when I got on social media, my TikTok, they all got, I'm going back on acne because that's my biggest struggle. They got clear skin. I was thinking about it. I could be the one, the black girl, 4C long hair, tutorials with acne. Like I'm the one for you. If you're struggling with that, you look up to me, if that makes sense. So they're good and bad social media.
Good afternoon. I'm Shayla Brown from Barringer High School. And positive that we see from social media, well, first I'm gonna start off with cons. We mostly compare ourselves to other people on social media. Like she said, body dysmorphia, acne, a lot of stuff that people are not even showing that's really good in their life, but they always want to show what they accomplished. They don't want to show the negative things that happen in life, and that's what we compare ourselves to. Positive is that sometimes it can encourage us to be better. If we see somebody having something like a car, getting good grades, and they will post it, it encourages us to be better as well. Thank you.
Some negatives I could say would definitely be like, because I've been on the internet since I was 8 years old. I've seen some messed up stuff, some violent stuff. Like I literally saw one kid literally sent me a video of somebody shooting themselves in their head, gore, everything, no blurs, nothing. I've seen that since I was a kid. I know that. So social media can be, and you know, and the internet in general can show you some really nasty stuff about reality. But the other side, the positives, is definitely finding your community. Like, I only found out I was non-binary from the internet. They taught me that. They showed me that, hey, there's a community out there for you. We got you over here. They showed me black non-binary people. They showed me black queer people. They showed me indigenous queer people. I love that. I get to see that. I get to see myself in that community. So I definitely say that a big part that really helps me on the internet is figuring out that I'm not alone out here. So, yeah.
The pros and cons to social media is the pros, like what Pluto said, was like it helps you open up your mind to a whole new community. And for me personally, it has helped me try to become a better ally to these types of communities. Because beforehand, I was completely like, before like social media, I was completely like ignorant, well not like a bad ignorant, but like an ignorant and like I can do better. And I like to learn more and how to help people. And I think that some of the cons is that sometimes people have intentions of doing bad. as well as just not listening at all. And oh, that's not good.
I don't? Y'all can hear me? All right, for sure. A pro, I would say, is that you always connected with your friends and family. Like, when you're in need, you always reach out to them. A con that's been on my mind, like, while on this topic, I feel like you're always in a constant competition with somebody else. And that's not how I look at life, you feel me? I'm on my own pace, my own path. And what's good, y'all? And I feel like that we just need to like look at ourselves, not everybody else. You feel me? That's it.
I want to say thank you for everybody for your participation. I really enjoyed the conversation. I hope that we took some points back that we can put back into school, put back into our lives. Anybody agree? Yes, that we hit some valuable points, and I love it. My group is interested in speaking to you guys again, so I got to organize and get you together again so we can do this and, just further the conversation because this was great. I really appreciate you guys. I really, really do. Thank you to the panel, to the youth moderators. Yes, thank you. And you guys are young people just like us. We really want you guys to grow, get safe spaces, build the culture back into the schools. And remember what I said, we need real, nobody remember? We need real mentorship and leadership. And that's really my motto, and I really stick by that. Thank you, guys.
Thank y'all.
And I was on y'all, but I love y'all, okay?